And one of the other issues, too, we've seen come up again and again here with Harris is her support on and off for, well, basically reparations. Have a look at this, this here grab from her speaking on this issue a while back.
We all know that America became great, you know, off the backs of free black labor.
So my agenda, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that. And I've been very clear about that position.
So there she was going on the Charlemagne the God podcast there, trying to pander, I guess, and then saying, well, hey, you know, we should consider this or study the issue. What did you make of that?
It was basically a non-answer. The truth is that Democrats are never going to give anyone who's in support of reparations. Gavin Newsom put this whole team together to investigate reparations and what it would look like, and had them go back and forth deliberating, and came back with so much money that it would bankrupt the state of California. No Democrat will ever give reparations. It's like talking about when the tooth fairy is going to come and give us money. It's not real. But it's a thing that certain people are fixated on. Whether it's right or wrong is a different story. But is it feasible? And it's not feasible.
And what did you make of the way the media now is really kind of losing their mind about this whole shift within minority communities? I thought it was very telling that the New York Times ran a story the other day saying it's not, you know, because black voters are like every other American and they want to see who's going to give them the best deal, who's going to be best for the economy and the country. They said that this is all because Trump is spreading his politics of grievance to non-white voters. I mean, this is the New York Times, so clearly they're in a bit of a panic, too.
Well, if anybody knows anything about grievance, it would be the New York Times.
Great point.
I mean, this is the major problem. The major problem is that the political left can't look at people like myself, who used to be part of the political left, and ask why we defected, why we chose to become independents and Republicans. And they can't look at themselves as the reason. It must be somebody else. It must be some sort of trick, some sort of spell that Donald Trump has placed over us to make us move aside. And that's not the case. For many of us, including myself, it's a rejection of what they've become. So the Democrats, the political left, is not the left that I knew 10, 15 years ago. They are vastly different. The political left of 10, 15 years ago, it sounds like the Republican Party of today.
So throw forward 2 or 3 weeks here to the election. Do you think that the number of black voters in America, are they going to shift this time? Because there was a fair bit of talk about this in 2020, but in the end, the numbers kind of settled back down, you know, around where they had been in previous elections. Do you reckon it's the real deal this time, the move?
Yes, I do. I think it's going to be closer to 15%, which is a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but historically, you know, Democrats have received 90+% of the Black American vote. I think Donald Trump, at one of his elections, was about 8% or so, which was relatively high. Barack Obama, when he was elected, received 95%. Yeah. I think we're looking at maybe going upwards of 15, maybe slightly higher percent of Black Americans voting for Donald Trump in this upcoming election. I think I've seen anecdotes. I've seen so much rejection of Kamala Harris, and she's stuck in this position campaigning. They took out Joe Biden for a reason, and now they're stuck with her. And I think she's a poor candidate. She's always been a poor candidate. And that's why she got out of the race in 2020 so quickly, because she was a poor candidate. And so now Barack Obama's over there talking to Joe Biden. They have to reap what they sowed. They forced the man out to put her in, and she may actually cost him an election.
And she has not won one single primary vote. Adam B. Coleman, thank you as always for your time. Always appreciate it.